welcome to Southwick Lanes here in Toledo, Ohio for the championship round of the PBA Senior Glass City Open. This is a special presentation of the Pro Bowlers Senior Tour here on Fox Sports Net. Great to have you by for the next hour. I'm Phil Ferguson along with my broadcast partner. We got him off the golf course because Mike Durbin made the show today. Dave Davis. And Dave, tough conditions last week in Akron for the Masters and tough conditions this week.
Yeah, very difficult conditions. The players' averages are taking a little hit the last few weeks. But, you know, when you have 4 stars like we have today and then kind of a rookie out here leading the tournament, anything can happen today.
What can we expect today on that television pair?
Well, we're playing on 47 and 48 today, Phil. 47 tends to hook a little bit more. 48 has kind of a hang spot in it. In other words, when the players arc the ball a little bit too far to the right, it's going to stay there and not hook back. So they're going to have to watch their speed, and we could see some very low scores or some very high scores. All
right, let's take a look now at our outstanding championship round finals field of 5. In that number 5 position seems to bowl well each week. 3-time Senior Player of the Year, Gary Dickinson.
Well, what can you say about Gary Dickinson? Long, lean guy, born in Texas, now lives in Oklahoma City. When you're Player of the Year that many times, Phil, you know you're tough, and he's ready today, no question about it.
Speaking of Player of the Year, Pete Couture, after he won last week, looked like he had a leg up, but Gene Stus in that number 4 position, he's got a shot.
Yeah, Gene Stus wins today, gives him his 3rd title for the year. Now, next week we have the Senior Championship, so what happens if Gene wins that? A major 4 titles. Look out, Pete Couture.
Yeah, Gene with 10 senior titles. In that number 3 position, seems to bowl well, no matter if it's a national tour, the senior tour, regional tournaments, Dale Eagle.
Yeah, Dale Eagle's made the top 24 every week this year, the match play finals. He's a very, very difficult player. He's got a lot of little loose, you know, he's a little loose out there. But today, if he settles down, he could win this.
In the number 2 spot, Mike Durbin, 14 national titles, including 3 Tournament of Champions wins, but the senior title has eluded him.
Yeah, it has, and I think, and no matter what he says, I think there's going to be some pressure there today. He's had everybody average 267 against him. You know, in order to win a game, he's got to just average 268 just to win a game, so it's a little tough.
All right, those 4 players will bowl 1 game. The winner to take on our top-seeded player, kind of an unknown, Bob Glass.
Yeah, what can you say about Bob Glass? We don't really know him that well. One thing he did tell me prior to this telecast is that he finished 2nd in the National Resident Pro Championship a long time ago, 1980, and he also told me he lost his wrist. Now, what he means by that is that he doesn't hook the ball as much as he used to, so he's playing a little more in accuracy now that he's gotten older.
You think Bob Glass has a shot at this title?
The Glass City Open?
Ah,
Bob Glass?
There you go.
What are you going to do?
All right, we're ready for the action here in the Glass City Open. Dave, there you have it, the handshake, all having a good time. And we've got some gold pins out there tonight.
Yeah, aren't they pretty? Those are the Brunswick Pro pins. They're a 3-pound, 10-ounce pin in comparison. That's 4 ounces heavier for each pin than what we bowl against every week. We bowl against 3-pound, 6-ounce.
And you talk about 4 ounces a pin times 10 pins. Does that affect, I guess, the carry a little bit?
Yeah, let me do my math on that.
Right.
You know, but when your ball hits the 1-3, it's hitting actually a half a pound more. So I asked the guys, and they said, hey, they're carrying better.
Dale Eagle, first shots of the match.
Left lane, hook. I talked to Gene Stus and Mike Durbin. Mike said that the left lane hooks 3 boards, at least 3 boards more than the right lane. And he said the right lane hasn't broken down. All the practice prior to the telecast, it still hasn't broken down yet.
Gary Dickinson, 9 senior titles. Smooth stroking Gary Dickinson. Reach the bucket.
Amazing. Boy, we talk about the lane condition, and then immediately Gary hits the hang spot, gets the bucket, and Dale hooks it through the nose.
Eagle converts. So we have a little bit of a flying eagle, even on a spare.
Yeah, I told you he's a little loose out there, and he is.
Gary Dickinson will attempt to pick up the bucket. Not an easy spare.
Well, that's a different way to shoot it. I'm not sure I would choose that way to make it, but it works for him.
Dickinson making his 4th championship round appearance of the year, and Mike Durbin. 14 national titles, looking for his first senior championship. Solid 4-pin, but a nice first shot.
Yeah, I think for all of the fellows today, the speed on the left lane is going to have to be firmer. On the right lane, it's going to be a little softer. Now, Gene is really looping the ball with soft speed. You can see how far he's trying to hook it. That's his wife, Sally. She's here clapping for the old man.
You already told me it's going to be Gene Stus against Bob Glass. Off the air, you told me that.
Well, I kind of watched what happened. I really thought Mike Durbin had a chance to make the final match. And then after watching Stus the last 10 minutes of practice, he was killing him. So I'm kind of vacillating back and forth between Mike Durbin and Gene Stus here today.
Nice spare for Durbin. So Dale Eagle trying to get the crowd pumped up a little bit. It's been a great crowd here at Southwick Lanes all week long. A little more loft. Got it out.
Straighter angle into the pocket on the right lane. Nice roll.
There you have it. A lot of young folks out here at Southwick Lanes in Toledo, as Gary Dickinson now spare in the first frame. Left that 2.458, able to convert. Average about 215 this week on a very demanding condition.
Gary's such a great concentrator, and what confidence he has in himself. He's just a solid player. Very simple game like Mike Durbin. You know, the body stays still. The swing just kind of goes around the shoulders.
Durbin averaged better than 218 with a nice 17-7 match play record. He was the 67 PBA Rookie of the Year. Able to get it to Carey. Nice shot for Mike Durbin. And we got a tight match going here in the second frame. Gene Stus, a little disappointed last night when I talked to him. He finished poorly the last 3 games, and it took him a while to get out of the gate today in the match play round. But Stus coming out with 2 straight strikes, leads by 10. You can check out the PBA's website address at www.pbatour.com. The site, sponsored by Brunswick, features the latest information from the PBA's national and senior tours. We're at Southwick Lanes here in Toledo. And Gene Stus with the early lead. Mike Durbin, Gary Dickinson, Dale Eagle all trail by just 10. But Gene Stus with the first 2 strikes. And should any bowler bowl at 300 in the first game, a $10,000 extra paycheck courtesy of the PBA.
A little high twice on lane 47, the left lane. And he's trying to get the crowd into it, and they're hollering at him, and that's good. It keeps everybody out there a little more loose.
Dickinson from 23rd, qualifying, tied for 23rd all the way up to 6th, and has a shot to win it all here.
Yeah, Gary made a good move, but I'll tell you who made the biggest move of these guys was Gene Stus. I mean, he started out after the first round in 45th and made the telecast. So that's a lot of stairs to climb for him.
Eagle able to convert the 4-pin spare, and he's just having a great time. He's made the top 24 in every tournament this year.
Yeah, great player. And you know what? It takes not only being great physically, it takes great mental powers, stamina. It wears you down doing this. There's Gary's son, Danny. He's out here for the first time to watch his dad this year, and he's as tall as Gary. I think he's about 6'3" or 6'4". A couple of big sticks.
Having a good time. Mike, it just has been consistent all week, and of course after that 3rd round, then moved up. Leaves that 7-pin, stubborn 7-pin, and there's the Durbin family, minus his wife, not here, but Matt, also Chrissy, and Mike Jr. Nice-looking family.
Yeah, they are. Well, they got a good-looking man and a good-looking lady in their family, too.
Stus, you talked about that 45th after the opening round, and some problems here in frame 3. A little bit soft.
Yeah, careful. A little careful. Got the double. And, oh, boy, if I get a turkey, I can be way out in front of these guys real quick. I have him down 20. Now he's behind.
These 4 players have won a total of 46 PBA titles, national and senior championships, so we've got a mess of titles out there.
Yeah, I think if Gene stays aggressive, there's nobody can beat him today. I really do. But again, you have to stay aggressive. That's close, Phil.
So Gene Stus has opened the door here in the 3rd frame. As he is open, he trails now by just 8 pins. Boy, we've got a dandy going here in the Glass City Open.
No matter where you wander, no matter where you go,
it's good to come back home.
it's better than ever. It's better at the boat.
Better than ever, let's get back to the boats.
Stay where the pros play.
It's better than ever. It's better at the boat.
It's better than ever, it's better at the boats.
It's better than ever. Let's get back to the boat.
Call today, 1-800-826-2800.
It's a little slice of paradise.
Sunshine and golf galore.
Where neighbors stroll the old town
square, and the good life is in store.
If you're ready for a rewarding adult lifestyle, call the Villages now for our free video tour and discover Florida's friendliest retirement hometown.
The Villages.
If you've ever struggled with a handheld trimmer, you'll love this revolutionary new kind of trimmer on wheels. Just look how easy it rolls on those two big wheels and glides in any direction on this front-mounted mobile. It's perfect for trimming around rocks, along fences, buildings, sidewalks, and in all those hard-to-reach corners. The new DR is also a mower. It cuts tall grass, waist-high weeds, even wet grass and rough areas with never-before ease. There's no steel blade to bend or dull. You'll just love what the DR Trimmer Mower can do for you and your property. Call toll-free 1-800-884-9191 for your big free package all about the revolutionary DR Trimmer on wheels plus special savings now in effect. That's 1-800-884-9191 for free DR details.
It's nighttime on Sunshine, and UCF is ready to rock and roll this season. Central Florida emerges with Dante Culpepper leading the battle. Louisiana Tech Bulldogs get in the way. September 5th on Sunshine.
Get your head out of the sand, dude. The beach warfare's begun. These are the guys who rule the shore, diving, spiking, and driving their way to the top of the tour.
The Bud Light Beach Series lands in Virginia Beach, Sunday at 10 on Sunshine.
The Glass City Senior Open is brought to you by the Showboat Hotel, Casino, and Bowling Center. It's better at the boat. There you have it, Dave. Gene Stus trails by 8. You got Dickinson, Eagle, and Durbin on top. We're at Southwick Lanes here in Toledo. Dave Davis along with Phil Ferguson. Nice to have you by.
You can see what happened in the third frame to Gene Stus. He could have had these guys down by 20 pins and one shot. Boom, he got a little soft. Now he's behind by 8, so it's a huge swing for him.
Oh, crowd coming alive with that shot. Gary Dickinson in the fourth frame, and he loves it here. Finished 5th last year. Now Dale Eagle trying to get something going here in the fourth.
Not only is the crowd pumped up, the players are pumped up. He's wound up.
I love it.
So now we have
like having fun.
And he is having a lot of fun. Gene Stus bowled a 300 game earlier this week, able to turn it, rip, bring it back.
That open in the third cost Gene Stus 38 pins on his score. Now, how huge is an open between strikes?
Mike Durbin in the fourth frame, working on a spare, trying to stay in the hunt. Kicks out that 7-pin, so we've got all 4 guys bunched up just the way you like it.
Well, you see the power on these guys. You know, these pins are 310s. The average league player, you know, they get a little nervous when they hear 310s. So these guys are moving these pins pretty good. Oh, the 4-9. Man, that's a pocket shot split. That's a over strike. You know, I mean, just over hit. Pardon me.
So the ball jumped on him a little bit. Now, Gary Dickinson making his 4th championship round appearance of the year. Best finish, a second there at Clifton Park. Has a couple of third-place finishes, looking for the first title this year.
You'll be able to see what happened on the 4-9. Watch the ball cut sharply. Everything goes around the 4, and the ball goes left of the 9. And that's just a terrible break. He just threw that ball actually too well.
It's almost a perfect shot.
Yep, it was a perfect plus, and it cost him. Gary left the weak 10 on the right lane. The lane that's got the little hang in it. You know, the ball doesn't kind of want to finish as much as it should.
Picks up the 10-pin spare, so Mike Durbin now can take control with a double here. He's up in the 5th frame.
Mike reminding himself about keeping that swing tight and finishing the shot on line. And it worked perfectly. There's your leader.
Well, boy, they bowled some big scores against Mike here in the shootout this year.
Oh, I know. Can you imagine every game shot average 267? Goodness, what are you supposed to do?
Stus, he won back-to-back titles in Seattle and Beaverton earlier this summer, looking for his 3rd senior title of the year.
Again, the weak 10 on the right lane, and Gene needed the strike there because he's down by 18. And, he needed that strike to get back to within a mark, and that's, again, a little costly on that right lane.
Now, this ball just goes straight, a harder surface ball.
Yeah, he'll rip this one down there faster, too.
Picks up the 10-pin for Gene Stus. You can wear the official watch of the PBA Tour, this fashionable quartz analog watch designed for men and women and features a genuine leather strap. Each watch is $29.95 plus shipping and handling. Order yours by calling 1-800-671-2722. PBA watch is beautiful. And there you have it. Leading right now, Mike Durbin. Gary Dickinson trails by 10. Gene Stus by 18. Dale Eagle by 22. We're at Southwick Lanes here in Toledo. Glass City Open. Dale Eagle. Oh, he liked that one.
Yeah. The last showman we had like that was Carmen Salvino.
Yeah, the spook. We're chanting Gary now. Dickinson up, averaging on this TV pair just a 194. That pin went right around that 10.
Yeah, there's a big difference between the solid 10 and the ringing 10 and that real kind of flat, weak 10, and that one was crisp right there.
So Mike Durbin up in the 6th frame, working on a double.
I think he was a little surprised. He shook his head and said, man.
Either he threw a little softer, that ball just jumped a little bit at the back end, but left a 4-pin. So Gary now able to pick up the 10-pin. Durbin trying to spare here in the 6th. Left just that single 4-pin. Durbin, a member of the PBA Hall of Fame.
Kind of thought he let that one go a little wide, did you?
Yeah, this marks the 6th time that Durbin has left the announcer's booth to go out there and bowl. A few more bucks in it, I guess. And then you got to be with me.
And the title. Too slow. Just definitely too slow. And, you know, Gene's had a couple triple bypass surgeries. One at the age of 35 and one at 45. And get this past January, he had minor heart operation. He's still out here playing.
As they chant Gary here in the Glass City Open.
Beautiful stroke. Just a terrific stroke.
Stus able to get 2. And with the type of scoring here, a competitive scoring condition here, you know, you got to get all the pins you can and then just try to make a burst here, 7 through 10.
Yes, Dale Eagle, who's up now, is working at a 188 pace. Mike Durbin, 209. Gary Dickinson at a 199. And poor Gene with those 2 splits at a 176. So Gene's going to really have to go.
Eagle shot a 300 earlier this week. Boy, the lanes have the players a bit confused.
Yeah, he just didn't have a good balance on it. You know, it was not a good shot. He knew as soon as he let go of it, he was out of balance. And fortunately, and I say fortunately because sometimes the heavier pins will break up splits more so than the light pins. And he got a good break there.
Stus able to get a strike there in the 7th frame, and Dale Eagle with the spare. All these players still in the hunt to move on to take on our top seeded player, Bob Glass, looking for his first PBA title. But Glass has to be liking this because he knows that tough conditions, you know, shoots 2-0, 2-10, has a shot of winning.
That's correct. But the one thing he's got to watch out for is this fellow right here, and I just love him. If I could be like somebody who throws the bowling ball, this is the guy everybody wants to look like.
You like Mike.
He's going to throw the ball flush or throw the ball around the pocket almost every shot. His balance is perfect. His body position. You know, the body's like a platform, and the swing just swings off of it, and he's got the most beautiful swing because his platform never moves. It's just nice and steady.
Enough repetition. I mean, he does it every shot.
Beautiful. Look at that. Just reaches through every ball. No problem.
So Durbin now up, leading by 9 pins over Gary Dickinson. Boy, we've got a good one going here.
Hi, I'm Brian Hill. On behalf of the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, I'd like to thank our many sponsors who are helping to make our 3rd annual Drive for a Cure a great success. Cystic fibrosis is the #1 genetic killer of children and young adults in the U.S. today. With the support of our sponsors and the community, we are moving ever closer to discovering a cure and eliminating this disease. Working together, we can all give our young people with cystic fibrosis the quality of life and future that they deserve.
The Gators season kicks off September 5th as the Gators clash with the Citadel, live on pay-per-view. The '97 Citrus Bowl champs look to start their season with a win over the Bulldogs. It's the Florida Gators and the Citadel Bulldogs, live on pay-per-view, Saturday, September 5th at 6 p.m. Don't miss the action. To order, call your local cable operator today.
Slug it out with Burnett's and the Blue Crew. Baseball Thursday on Sunshine. On the next Going Deep, the chase that has captured America.
Goodbye, baseball!
Will the Maris record fall?
I'm not saying I'm going to do it. I'm saying it can be done.
Going Deep, Sunday at 9 on Sunshine.
Race fans, if you can't wait for the 12 hours of Sebring in March, come to the Napa Auto Parts Sebring Classic presented by Royal Purple Synthetic Motor Oil. It's just around the corner, September 17th through the 19th. It's the Sebring racing atmosphere you've grown to love. Camp out on site, meet the drivers, and get a close look at the cars. Porsche, BMW, Ferrari, they'll all be competing in a thrilling sprint race. The Napa Auto Parts Sebring Classic presented by Royal Purple Synthetic Motor Oil. So race to the phone and order your tickets now. Call 1-800-626-RACE.
If you drive the car, you're definitely going to become a Hyundai believer. I feel really safe in my car because it has the dual airbags, side impact protection.
Right now, you could get the Hyundai Accent with AM/FM stereo cassette for as little as $7,434. But you better hurry down to your Hyundai dealer because these cars will be selling. You could get the Accent for as little as $7,434 during the Hyundai Real Sale.
We're back here at Southwick Lanes and the Glass City Senior Open.
Now you can see Gene Stus through the 6th frame on the strike in the 7th is only shooting 176. If he runs that off the sheet, Phil, he's going to shoot 216, so he's definitely not out of this match. They're all chasing Mike Durbin.
Dickinson with a strike, working.
And Gary's only 10 behind here, so everybody's in the match.
Well, that's a huge double. That gives the guys something to work for. And you had mentioned Mike Durbin. Now Dickinson, that put him in the lead by 1.
It sure did. Dale Eagle working at a 188 and strike out for 218.
He didn't like it off his hand.
Well, he can strike out for a lot less than that now. That's what we call a washout, the 1-2-8-10. He's got to go left of the head pin, kick it off the wall into the 10. We notice Gene Stus change balls a little more direct. Chuck Pierce, our statistician, told us about that. We were not paying attention there and didn't see it. Gene right back in the game.
So Dale in trouble now. 133 through 8.
Yeah, his best possible, Phil's 193. Mike Durbin working at a 208. Gary Dickinson working on 209. Huge shot for Mike. He doesn't want to lose the count, so he has to strike here. Got to save that count at a 208 pace.
Durbin with 14 national titles, 5 regional championships.
Beautiful. Boy, you
Next
talk
there.
about solid. That boy throws it solid.
No doubt.
Oh.
So back and forth we go here in this opening match. Dale Eagle now, that foundation frame, a strike, so he can go out with a 190 plus, but you just never know.
Well, you never do know. Of course, Dickinson would have to open. Stus would have to open again. Durbin. But, you know, the funny things happen in this game. And all of a sudden, you're way out of it, and then you're way back in it.
Gary leading by 1 over Mike Durbin.
3 in a row.
And he ran that out. He ran it out a couple lengths. So now Durbin, who really in these shootouts this year has been up against it. Players averaging, we talked about, a 267. Won't be this time. Durbin thought that maybe that would have carried. And let's see Dickinson now.
We almost lost him. He was so far over here. He was actually way over here on lane 50.
Little hop, skip, and a jump. Got some energy left in those legs. Gene Stus, quietly, though, has worked back into this match with a 3-bagger.
That was a huge shot from Mike Durbin on the left lane. He left that wall shot 8-pin, and it really may be the shot that's going to cost him, even though he's not missed the pocket once this game.
The illegal up in the 10th frame.
Thought I threw that one good.
A little tricky.
There you go, got his wings clipped.
Sure did.
So really, this match now, Gary Dickinson, Mike Durbin, Stus still has an outside shot.
Gary Dickinson strikes here. This game is over. He'll shoot into the 220s, and nobody will be able to catch him. There's your championship match, Bob Glass and Gary Dickinson.
So Gary Dickinson coming up with the clutch strikes down the stretch. And Dickinson looking long and hard at the scoreboard. When you take a look at this shot, he liked it.
Well, he makes a great shot. He kept the speed up on it and tried to keep it short. The worst thing you want to do here is split through the nose, and you can see the wall shot taking the 7 out late. He knows it.
Now, with the heavy pins, as he has now sewed up this first match, he'll take on Bob Glass with the heavy pins. Dave, does that help a little bit with the light hits?
I'm not really sure it helps any more than the light pins. In fact, probably the light pins help a little bit more on the wall shots and the swishers, the short stuff. But when you get up in the pocket a little high or you get flush, you're going to strike more often with the heavier pins.
So now it's just a matter of who finishes 3rd, 4th, and 5th, because Gary Dickinson has wrapped up this match as he strings 6 in a row to end this first game and posts a 238. And I think he would take that in the title match, don't you think?
Yes. I got to think he may be the guy to beat here.
Dickinson now moves on to our title game, and he will take on Bob Glass, looking for his first ever PBA title. Back with that coming up.
No matter where you wander, no matter where you go,
It's good to come back home.
it's better than ever. It's better at the boat.
It's better than ever. Let's get back to the boats.
Stay where the pros play.
It's better than ever. It's better at the boat.
It's better than ever. It's better at the boats.
It's better than ever. Let's get back to the boat.
Call today, 1-800-826-2800.
Today, I was part of the team. People are counting on me.
To get the job done.
In the U.S. Navy, every job is important. Right now, we have over 50,000 exciting jobs available. Jobs that can give you the skills you need to really make a difference. Call 1-800-USA-NAVY now for your free booklet, It's Your Journey. And find out about opportunities in over 60 of the hottest fields, like nuclear engineering, aviation mechanics, and computer electronics. The Navy can open a world of opportunities to you. You can get up to $40,000 for college, earn college credit while you serve, and even receive a sign-on bonus. We'll bring out the best in you and help you to grow and succeed. Call now for your free booklet and find out how to land the job, the training, and the future you've always dreamed of.
Today,
Today.
I made it happen.
Now you can too. Call 1-800-USA-NAVY and let the journey begin.
What sets some people apart, gives them the confidence, knowledge, and insight to achieve success on their own terms. It's no secret, it's the Wall Street Journal. Now you can have that confidence delivered when you subscribe to the Wall Street Journal through this special introductory offer. 13 weeks for just $36.75. That's just 57 cents a day. 25% off our regular subscription rate, which makes now a great time to try the convenience of subscribing. As a subscriber, you won't miss a day of the Journal or an opportunity to get the breaking news and in-depth analysis you need to get where you want to go. Only the Journal delivers it. So take advantage of this limited time 25% savings offer by subscribing today for just 57 cents a day.
Call now, 800-334-4700. That's 800-334-4700 for the Wall Street Journal.
Welcome back to Southwick Lanes here in Toledo. Some other finishers. Chuck Pierce trying to better his best finish of fourth from Boise, Idaho earlier this year. Also Wayne Erlob led after the first 9 games of the tournament. And how about the Raging Cajun down there in 11? Has 7 seconds on the senior tour.
See, Ronnie Winger finished 12th this week. Ronnie's a previous 300 player on the telecast. Bruce Forleson from Minnetonka, Minnesota, and Tita Smez, the oldest man to ever win a PBA title.
How about Donald Brehan? He is a retired Southeast Regional Director for the IRS. He cashed this week, and he's going to have to count it. Roger Tramp bettered his finish of 45th from last year. Roy Buckley seems to bowl well in this house. He won a regional here earlier this year and finished 8th here in 1997. Bobby Holmes rounds out the top 24. He's on a roll this year as he made his 3rd match play appearance. We're in Toledo. Finals of the Glass City Open presented by the Showboat.
The Showboat Hotel, Casino, and Bowling Center in Las Vegas is the umbrella sponsor of the PBA Senior Tour. The Showboat has more than 450 rooms, houses America's largest bowling center, 4 restaurants, a casino, a bingo parlor, and live entertainment daily. For more information, call the Showboat at 1-800-634-3484.
There's your tournament leader, Bob Glass. A little bit nervous. Should he win, he will qualify for the Tournament of Champions coming up later this year at the Villages.
In the Villages, Town Square is an old-fashioned gathering place with great places to eat, entertainment, and even a microbrewery. All just a stone's throw from great shopping at the Village's own La Plaza Grande. At its center, Town Square's gazebo overlooks the Spanish Springs, which many believe to be the famous fountain of youth. Professional senior bowlers John Hersena, Bob Hart, and Pete Couture spend some time with PBA Senior Tour commentator Mike Durbin, meeting villagers in Town Square.
During the day, it's more relaxed, and but you still have all the shops around here. It's just the center of attraction for me.
In passing through the square, we passed the Fountain of Youth out here, and apparently it's the real one. It apparently works down here. We haven't seen too many people drinking from it yet, but they must do that after midnight.
The Village's Town Square is also home to the lovely Church on the Square and an 8-screen first-run movie theater, the Rialto.
After the opening match, Gene Stus finishes 5th, Dale Eagle 4th, and Mike Durbin finishes 3rd. Our championship match, Gary Dickinson, stroker, going up against power player Bob Glass. Glass going for his first senior PBA title. Back with that in a minute.
Between the headset, that's where the decisions are made. Who gets the ball, what play to run, the source of the X's and O's. And if you're a Seminole, you'll only trust Bobby's head between these headsets. It's the Bobby Bowden Show season premiere, Sunday at 12:30 on Sunshine.
You know what kills me? You're in the middle of a game, real dogfight, and then some ref blows his whistle because he thinks he sees a late hit. Or interference. Yeah, or a chop block. Blowing the whistle all the time like they know the game. Ooh, one time, I'll tell you, I like to shove that whip.
Looks like there's too many men on the field.
Turf Talk from the toughest guys who ever played the game. Hardcore Football, Tuesday.
Personal foul!
Get your head head out of the sand, dude. The beach warfare's begun. These are the guys who rule the shore, diving, spiking, and driving their way to the top of the tour.
The Bud Light Beach Series lands in Virginia Beach, Sunday at 10 on Sunshine.
Race fans, if you can't wait for the 12 hours of Sebring in March, come to the Napa Auto Parts Sebring Classic presented by Royal Purple Synthetic Motor Oil. It's just around the corner, September 17th through the 19th. It's the Sebring racing atmosphere you've grown to love. Camp out on site, meet the drivers, and get a close look at the cars. Porsche, BMW, Ferrari, they'll all be competing in a thrilling sprint race. The Napa Auto Parts Sebring Classic presented by Royal Purple Synthetic Motor Oil. So race to the phone and order your tickets now. Call 1-800-626-RACE.
I love the design of the Elantra. It's sleek, perfect on the road. It handles wonderfully. I got everything I wanted with this car.
For a limited time, you can get a Hyundai Elantra with air conditioning and stereo cassette as low as $10,428. So, you better hurry down to your Hyundai dealer because these deals are going real quick. You can get an Elantra for as low as $10,428 with air conditioning and stereo cassette during the real sale.
The Pro-Am winners, all the kids and their parents and grandparents. Boy, they had a great time this week.
Oh, man, and we had a huge Pro-Am here in Toledo this year.
So Bob Glass will try to win the Glass City Open. Qualified first. 19 years as a pro, never full-time.
No, he's made over $100,000 just being kind of a regional player, which, of course, Gary Dickinson's made $1.2 million, but that's the difference, being on the national tour and the regular tour.
Oh,
there it is. It's a scout getting it. Oh, just missed.
A power player. Kind of interesting here in 1998. The top seed record 2-5. Fifth seed 3-1.
I know it isn't. You never know. It's like flipping coins. Who catches the right condition for their type of game?
Picks up the 10 pin.
You see this, watch this scout. Now watch it come across. You see the head pin. There it is, just bounces out, and it's rolling, and it just scoots in front of it. Look how close that is. Just not enough power to get it out.
Should Dickinson win, that'd be his 10th title. He would tie Gene Stus with 10 career senior titles. Dickinson has got even a larger following as the evening is going on.
Yes, you can hear the people in the audience hollering, Gary, Gary, Gary. In fact, there are, well, there's his money, $1.2 million. It's not a bad year, not a bad 2 years and 3 years, or however many he's been out here. But they moved 3 young fellas right down there in front that were really cheering for Gary. They moved them right down front.
All right. So both players, there they are. They've been right after Gary.
Oh, yeah, look how excited they are. I mean, look at that. There we are.
Gary likes it too, no doubt about it. And you talked about the Pro-Am, the Youth Pro-Am, all the Pro-Am, just great.
Oh yeah, the Youth Pro-Am here in Toledo is enormous, and then you get into the adult seniors, and boy, it's a lot of fun for the pros. It's the one time during the tournament we can kind of relax and have a good time with the people.
Boy, that just floated off his hand. That is beautiful.
Now you can see at the bottom of his swing sometimes how his hand just kind of opens up on the shot just beautifully. Floats that thing out to the target, let the lane throw the ball back to the pocket. Don't have to grip it and rip it, as they all say.
Bob works out just about every day, and you can tell he is definitely in shape. A rookie on the senior tour. Powerful. So we have a tie game here through 2.
Watch Gary Dickinson's hand. Watch it as it slowly opens up, and you'll see it kind of, his whole hand opens up. See, it's just all open, kind of facing you.
Nice, Phil. Deep knee bend. Yes, he was waving to me. So both players with a spare in the first frame come back with strikes.
This guy said he had no wrist left, and after that last shot, I'm not sure that's true. He's really ripping at it. Look at the revs on that thing, buddy. Here it comes this time. Is he going to get it? No, twice in a row he missed that scout coming across there.
Well, Bob has a doctorate in economics, works as a research economist, and he certainly...
Come on.
Nope, not able to
get over there. Almost exactly the same. Looked like a replay twice.
But he got his doctorate from the University of Kansas. Key here, though, he's been able to pick up a couple of spares early on and maybe calm himself down a bit.
Yeah, especially the 10 pin. You know, that's not one of the favorite pins to leave on your first shot, and he's done it twice in the left lane. No problem for him. Said he was going to be nervous. He didn't look nervous to me.
We're getting louder here with this Gary. All right. All concentration on the face of Dickinson. So Gary Dickinson has the early lead here in the title match of the Glass City Open.
I think he knew it when he let go of it. He stood up and waved at it. It wasn't even halfway down. He knew immediately. Great talent, great player. I'd like to be Bob Glass and the whole audience is hollering Gary, 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 and you're sitting there trying to win your first title. You see Gary's son right behind him.
Well, Bob had mentioned that this is his summer vacation. He's bowling 3 tournaments. That's it. Nice summer vacation. Played well in Akron last week. 2-4-5.
Just a hair wide. Didn't quite catch it coming out. You can see him kind of waving at his hand.
Gary's been a little bit of a slump since his last title, the 97 ABC Senior Masters, just over a year ago. He's made 5 TV appearances and gone 4 for 5. His average at 227, but he hasn't won a title.
It's okay. He keeps making these telecasts. He'll eventually win. It's just a matter of numbers, you know. It's a matter of time. Tough spare, the 2-4-5.
Not for Gary.
Yeah,
so Bob Glass now up in the 4th frame, second senior rookie this year to make the telecast is the top seed. The other, Steve Neff, who's got a leg up on Rookie of the Year, unless Bob should win.
He likes that right lane, doesn't he? Really pulled the holes out of that. You know, we asked him earlier about how nervous he'd be against these 4 superstars.
Well, it's kind of a nervous experience. I'm bowling against 4 people that are legends. It's kind of like being part of the St. Louis jackpot back in the 50s. Just go in, do the best you can, and hope you walk away with half the money you walked in with.
Look at that concentration, huh? Boy, is he working. He is really trying to win this game. 10 out that time, buddy.
That didn't stand a chance. That looked like 3-pound pins.
Jeez, that's some power. I threw one like that when I was 19, I think. No, maybe not. Nothing like that.
Dickinson up in the 5th frame. Trails by 3 to Bob Glass. And he only ran it out about a lane this time.
Yeah, he wasn't quite sure about that 10-pin on that. You could see he kind of elbowed it a little bit. He got it over the top, just a touch. Watch his arm. It kind of rolls around the ball, not just the hand. You can see the whole arm roll around that time. And he does get the 10 out. He got it deep enough to get it.
Wasn't quite sure, then a little skip-de-doo. Okay.
Thank you.
Gary, 3-time Senior Player of the Year, member of the PBA and ABC Hall of Fame. So,
good strike to take the lead back. He got it.
So Gary Dickinson has countered here in the Glass City Open. Dickinson has taken the lead, just a 7-pin lead. Back with more in a minute.
No matter where you wander, no matter where you go,
it's good to come back home.
it's better than ever. It's better at the boat.
It's better than ever. Let's get back to the boat.
Stay where the pros play.
It's better than ever. It's better at the boat.
It's better than ever. It's better at the boats.
It's better than ever. Let's get back to the boat.
Call today, 1-800-826-2800.
If handheld trimmers get you down, call this number for free details about the revolutionary DR trimmer mower. The DR rolls light as a feather on 2 big wheels, trims around rocks, along fences, walls, and buildings. Plus, the DR mows lawns, fields, even roadside ditches without struggle. So call toll-free now for a free catalog about the revolutionary DR, the DR trimmer mower.
Forget the pain of unsightly hair forever. Introducing IGEA, the revolutionary new system you've read about. It painlessly removes unwanted hair forever. No burning wax, no constant plucking. IGEA deadens the hair right down past its root. The hair slides out painlessly and never comes back. Look, shaving just cuts the hair off at the surface. Waxing rips it off painfully, and it still grows back. But IGEA sends a painless electrolytic pulse through the hair and root to the very cell that causes it to grow. The hair is released and never grows again. If it ever does, we'll give you a complete refund. IGEA comes complete with a special European cleansing gel and soothing skin lotion. Order your IGEA system now.
Call 1-800-520-2626. Order your IGEA hair removal system for 4 payments of $29.95. Receive the cleansing gel plus skin lotion, and if you're not completely satisfied, keep the beauty creams as our gift.
Tides presents the Gator Seminoles Super Shootout 3. Florida and Florida State's Hall of Fame football greats and alumni tackle the golf course to raise money for their alma mater. Tides Gator Seminoles Super Shootout 3, Monday at 8 on Sunshine. Log on to Major League Baseball with SunshineNetwork.com. Scores, stats, news, and more. You'll find it all with SunshineNetwork.com's Major League Baseball coverage. SunshineNetwork.com, your web source for Florida sports.
Back here at Southwick Lanes in Toledo, Bob Glass, the top seed, and he's a member of the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he's a member of the state of Kansas City. The state of Kansas City. How's that one? The state of Kansas. Well, we'll see how what's going to happen after sitting for several minutes. Do it pretty well, you know. He is really aggressive. I'm surprised. He's not sitting there saying, well, gee, I hope Gary makes a mistake, or gee, I hope I can win this thing. He's sitting there saying, I'm going to win this thing. I'm going to be aggressive. I'm going after it. He was very aggressive there, firm with the speed. The ball laid out just a hair too long. But look how close that is. Wall shot 7. No problem with the spare.
Picks it up in the 6th frame. He joined the tour back in 1979. Never a touring player. He owns 5 regional titles. He has made one other television appearance. That was back in 1980 in the National Resident Pro Championship. So it certainly has been a while. He trails now by 8. So Bob Glass up in the 7th frame.
Cannot afford any errors. Must strike almost every shot to keep Gary Dickinson.
I'll tell you what, I've been very impressed with Bob Glass. He's thrown every shot in the pocket. You had mentioned he's been aggressive.
I promise you, Gary Dickinson's impressed at this moment, too. Normally, a superstar like that, playing against someone who hasn't really got the experience of a Gary Dickinson, you know, Gary would expect him to maybe throw a bad shot or two early and get a little jump on him. Now Gary has to continue to strike, keep the pressure on.
Working on a double. Make it 3 in a row, and I bet all 4 of the guys in the shootout wanted to make it, certainly wanted to make it to the title match, because you're going up against a player that has never won before.
Right, and that's the whole thing. You've got all those, I mean, it's like 100 years of experience against none, and yet Bob Glass, without any experience, is holding his own against one of the greatest players ever, and pushing him to the wall, forcing him to strike. Not, you know, Gary cannot cruise here whatsoever.
Gary loves all sports, especially the Texas Rangers, playing some decent baseball. Not a bad pitcher at one time, but it hurt his arm. I got it inside a little bit, but it hit some of the oil.
Yeah, he had the speed on it. You know, that's the one thing. Same thing Bob Glass is doing. They're both ripping at that ball. But out of his hand. Out of his hand. Look, he knows immediately. I mean, that ball's not more than 20 feet down the lane. He knows it's a strike.
That looks like Christy Yamaguchi.
What he's saying to himself is title time right here. Title time. But don't count this guy out, buddy. How about that? Has not missed the pocket on his first time in 18 years on national television. Tough, tough, tough competitor.
Bob Glass and Gary Dickinson both going into the 9th frame here in this title match, still up for grabs.
Right. Now, he can do a 240 or 237. Bob Glass can go out for 239. Is that right? No, 249.
He's thrown all strikes except for a couple of 10 pins and a 7.
He struck every time on this lane. Uh-oh, he cut that one off. Yeah, you could see it. See the difference in the rotation of the ball? You see him cut that thing off. His elbow came up short. His hand came up short. That's the first really not great shot he's thrown. Even though it hit the pocket, the result of not having great hand action is a solid 10.
Spare in the 9th frame for Bob Glass.
See Bob's first ball. See how it's spinning? It's more spinning than rolling, and it just starts to roll a little bit too late, and it just doesn't quite have the punch he wanted it.
You know, Gene Stus told me earlier that whoever won that first match out of the 4 players would go on to win the tournament. Nothing against Bob Glass.
It's just the experience. This is tournament time right here. Uh-oh, the 2.458. The bucket doesn't walk home, Phil. Now, Gary was working on a 237 clip, and if he misses this, he's going to be down in the 220 range real quick, and all of a sudden, Bob Glass is back in the game.
What happened on that shot?
Well, he just fanned it. You know, you don't want to go through the nose. The last thing you're thinking about is throwing the ball through the nose for the Big Four or the Greek Church, something like that. Wide splits are impossible. These you can make. He pulled it. And he made it left. That's not the way to play it. So now he's made the bucket twice today, the 2.458 twice, once on a wall shot on the right, and now he pulled it left. Pretty fortunate day right out there.
Well, he needs count, spare.
Yeah, let me tell you what you need. You can count spare. All pros think the same way. The easiest way to get a mark to win a tournament is to throw a dead flush in the pocket. Get a strike, no worries about making a spare.
Gary going for his 10th senior title. Well, last week Ron Garth threw a couple of Brooklyns and got into the title match, so Gary almost got away with a Brooklyn there.
Gary's got a strange color to his face, a little bit embarrassed. A little bit embarrassed on that shot. You're like, what in the world did I do there?
He just said, what was that? So he kind of got away with that one.
Well, think about it. 2.458, he threw it way right on the right-hand lane, 48, and he gets up for the need the mark and pulls it left.
Needs a spare and 7 to call the Glass City his own. Got the spare. 7 will give him 229, and the best the Glass can do is 228.
High hardwood. High hardwood. Take no time. Throw it down the middle of the lane. Throw it hard. There you go. That's all he needs.
Just enough.
Your winner.
Gary Dickinson winning his 10th senior title. It's been over a year since he has won out here on the senior tour. 3-time senior player of the year, and he wins the Glass City Open, and that ties Gene Stus now with 10 titles overall. John Handegard, I believe, at 13, the senior leader. So Bob Glass, just impressive.
Oh, I mean, he never missed the pocket. He left 3 10-pins. 2 of them were weak. 1 of them was solid, and the other one was a wall shot 7. Every ball right in the pocket. Nice and aggressive. I'm very impressed with this guy.
Well, he's going to bowl next week in the Brunswick Zone National Tournament.
Plus, he's much more intelligent than you and I, you know, with all those degrees that he has. So. First ball out of the hole right there.
And the match is over. So a great tournament for Bob Glass, the tournament leader. He bowled 2 key games. He beat Dale Eagle to secure the top spot in the final game of match play, a pressure game, and then came out here and bowled exceptionally well.
Beautiful game. Gary applauding him, saying great game.
There's your winner, Gary Dickinson, shaking hands with runner-up Bob Glass. The final, Dickinson 231, Glass 218. So Bob ends up with 5,000, and Gary Dickinson a little heavier in the pocket now.
He sure is. Add more to that million, too.
We will be back to talk to the winner of the Glass City Senior Open, Gary Davis, in a minute.
No matter where you wander, no matter where you go,
It's good to come back home.
it's better than ever. It's better at the boat.
Better than ever. Let's get back to the boats.
Stay where the pros play.
It's better than ever. It's better at the boat.
It's better than ever. It's better at the boats.
It's better than ever. Let's get back to the boat.
Call today, 1-800-826-2800.
Today, I was part of the team. People are counting on me
to get the job done.
In the U.S. Navy, every job is important. Right now, we have over 50,000 exciting jobs available. Jobs that can give you the skills you need to really make a difference. Call 1-800-USA-NAVY now for your free booklet, It's Your Journey. And find out about opportunities in over 60 of the hottest fields, like nuclear engineering, aviation mechanics, and computer electronics. The Navy can open a world of opportunities to you. You can get up to $40,000 for college, earn college credit while you serve, and even receive a sign-on bonus. We'll bring out the best in you and help you to grow and succeed. Call now for your free booklet and find out how to land the job, the training, and the future you've always dreamed of.
Today,
Today,
I made it happen.
Now you can too. Call 1-800-USA-NAVY and let the journey begin.
What sets some people apart, gives them the confidence, knowledge, and insight to achieve success on their own terms? It's no secret, it's the Wall Street Journal. Now you can have that confidence delivered when you subscribe to the Wall Street Journal through this special introductory offer. 13 weeks for just $36.75. That's just 57 cents a day. 25% off our regular subscription rate, which makes now a great time to try the convenience of subscribing. As a subscriber, you won't miss a day of the Journal or an opportunity to get the breaking news and in-depth analysis you need to get where you want to go. Only the Journal delivers it. So take advantage of this limited time 25% savings offer by subscribing today for just 57 cents a day.
Call now, 800-334-4700. That's 800-334-4700 for the Wall Street Journal.
The Glass City Senior Open is brought to you by the Showboat Hotel, Casino, and Bowling Center. It's better at the boat. And once again, there's your winner, $9,000 top prize here in the Showboat Glass City Open, Gary Dickinson. Just a big win for Gary, your 10th senior championship. Sherry Craddock, co-proprietor here at Southwick Lanes, has a little hardware I think she would like to present to you, Gary.
Hi, Gary. Congratulations on behalf of Southwick Lanes and the Glass City and all the Toledo fans. Congratulations. You've earned it well all week.
Thank you very much, Sherry. Beautiful.
And, of course, we can't forget the check, and my partner, Dave Davis, has someone that's going to be handing that over.
Yes, I'm standing here with the co-owner, Daryl Ducat. Daryl, do you have a little something for Gary?
Yeah, I got a little check here for you, Gary. You bowled great all week. It was a great match, and you deserve to win. Thanks very much, Daryl.
Daryl, thank you.
I'd just like to thank Daryl and Southwick Lanes. Like I said, we've been coming here since 1970, the first year I bowled in Toledo, and it's just a great thrill to finally win here, and all the great fans here in Toledo for all these years. Thank you very much.
All right, Big Gary, I've got a few questions for you about this last match. First of all, the shot in the 8th frame on the left lane, you threw it just wonderfully. Out of your hand, I think you knew you had it because as soon as you let go of it, you jumped up and started running it out.
Yeah, it's probably the best ball I threw the whole game. It came off my hand extremely well, and I had the right speed, I felt like, on it. And I felt like it's flush when I let it go. It's just a matter of whether it's going to carry or not.
I have one other question, too, and that's about, again, this left lane. And it was the 10th frame. Now, last week at the Masters, the Senior Masters, you were defeated in the round robin by a fellow who threw 2 Brooklyns. So were you getting even or what? What happened on that shot?
I kind of lost it off my hand, and after Bob Glass to start with, I want to congratulate him. Bowled an absolutely great game. A couple of 3 ring and 10s, or I don't win this. And when he left the ring and 10 on 9th, I can get up in 8th, 9th, and 10th and just mark. That's all I wanted to do, and I lost the one in the 10th.
Well, it was a very fortunate loss, I'll tell you that. The solid 6 is an easy spare to make.
I've never seen you jump that high, Gary.
Not since the basketball days, a long time ago.
Gary, this is the first title this year. It's your 10th senior title overall, but it's been, you know, over a year since you last won.
Yeah, I've actually bowled very well this year. I haven't been lucky enough to win, and it's very tough to win out here. And especially with the cast you saw tonight. Some of the greatest bowlers in the world were all on TV tonight, and extremely tough between Gene and Durbin and all those guys. And it's very fortunate to win.
Is it difficult bowling a guy that hasn't been there in about 18 years?
No, I've known Bob since 1970s. He's an absolute great player, and I knew I'd have to shoot a good game to beat him. And, you know, I knew he was going to bowl well.
You deserved it, Gary. You played great. And, you know, a star player like you, 3-time Senior Player of the Year, absolutely wonderful show, wonderful game, great title. Congratulations, buddy.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Bertie.
Dave, or rather, Gary, the win here, does it anything special? You talk about bowling well in Toledo, and you always have bowled well in Toledo.
Yeah, I've made at least 2 shows at the other house that we bowled here in Imperial. And I've never been lucky enough to win, but I felt very good at winning here.
Congratulations, Gary Dickinson, the winner of the Glass City Senior Open. Don't forget to join us next week when the
from Jimi Hendrix, like, for example.
Okay, for example, this is what I can do with Jimi Hendrix.